Do you know what kind of government we have in the United States? A lot of people do not understand what kind of government we have. And I know that for a fact because I keep hearing people saying this stupid shit. It's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic. Look, you can't have a constitutional republic if it's not a democracy, okay? I don't care what your 6th grade history teacher told you, probably that democracy means majority rule. That's not what it means. Literally, democracy means this. It comes from the 2 Greek words, demos and kratos, meaning the people, and the power to rule, meaning the people have the power to rule. And in fact, what's on the top of our Constitution? Constitution's coming next. We the people. Constitutional republic describes the structure of the government, okay? It's derived from Latin, res publica, meaning a public affair or public matter. And it signifies that the country belongs to the people, that it is managed by an elected group of representatives. Now, we're constitutional because the government's authority is limited, and it's defined by a supreme law, the Constitution, which protects the rights of the minority against the potential tyranny of the majority. Because the country is so very large, for every citizen to vote on every single law would be impossible. So we elect officials to represent us. When somebody insists that the US is not a democracy, that it's a republic, they're just setting up a false choice based on this complete misunderstanding of what these words mean. So in short, constitutional republic describes the legal framework that keeps our government in check. Representative democracy describes the democratic root of that government's power. You cannot have a representative government without the people power, without the democracy. And you can't have a stable democracy at the scale of ours without the legal structure of a republic. These are not competing definitions, okay? There are various ways of describing the system we all live under. So again, people who are making that argument, it's not a democracy, that just comes from ignorance. It's complete ignorance of what these words mean and how it goes together. And that's a problem. You see, we can't really have a true civic understanding. We can't fix our horrible political problem that we're in. We can't really fix our issues unless we understand what we're dealing with and how any of this works. Okay? Now, the people in power, they want you to be confused. That's why you've been propagandized to not really know what these words mean. That's why you weren't ever really properly taught them. Right? Because people want to keep you ignorant. They want to keep you fighting over words that you don't even understand. Like they want you to be a troll getting in my threads going, it's not a democracy. Because you're just flexing your ignorance and showing that you can be manipulated and that you can't really understand these concepts, okay? That not everything is mutually exclusive, that multiple ideas can exist at one time, that things overlap and work together. You know, thinking, critical thinking. That's where we're running into trouble here in this country, the United States. We're getting really stupid, and people are flexing it all the time.